Before I get into anything else, I want to address what Zebras is trying to claim. He's trying to claim that, excuse me, he's trying to claim that I said that the speed freak died from a drug overdose, and I have literally never said that at any point. I said that it could have been a possibility, and I even blocked a guy that said that he knew it was definitely a drug overdose. And I told that guy, you have no idea of knowing whether or not this dude died of a drug overdose. Those details were not specified. And that's why I blocked that guy on this channel. And it just pisses me so off that when I do stuff like that to try to make certain that there is a level of respect towards this individual to where he isn't misrepresented by anybody that is trying to make whatever sort of claims, and then I still get put out as the straw man for people to think that I've been claiming this dude died of a drug overdose when I have no idea of knowing how he died because the details were not specified. But anyway, let's start reading comments. Stay safe, everyone. Rest in peace to Speed Freak. First off, I've known of your channel for a long time. Speed was a friend of mine. Please stop spreading that his death could be the cause of Benzodrex. It's not anyone's business, really. It really bothers me that that is all anyone has asked about him since he passed. Well, how did he actually die? And I posted this on Reddit too, which he was very irritated about. And I responded to him, so you're saying his death actually caused Benzodrex? Poor wording. Just thought I would make a joke out of it. Didn't really go far, but I had to try it. You know, it's just a funny way of wording it if you look into how it was written. I mean, pay very close attention to this. Please stop spreading that his death could be the cause of, of Benzodrex. All right, and then we have a comment from Prince Podhead here that I've pinned. NGL, bro, you're a fucking crackhead tweaker. Really? Because I seem to talk about crack constantly on my channel, don't I? And my responses are this. Dexhead, please. It's Dexhead, not crackhead. Get it right for once. I even gave you a heart emoji react to that comment to seem more approachable, and I can't even get the proper label of Dexhead. Crack is whack, dude. And don't think you have us fooled either, because my gut feeling assumes you just liked your own comment to simply make it seem more agreeable when I already gave you a heart. Okay. Lightning Autowork says, you ever consider some 420 content? Psych Trippers 666 on Wife's account. That is a yes from me confirmed. Okay, cool, man. I mean, not saying you're not doing your thing already with your normal uploads and content, so keep doing you. Besides, THC is brought up very often in your content, so really it's been that just always been very interested in science of marijuana, been partaking for many years, so wanted to see if it was gonna potentially be a full-on topic at times. Oh, most indubitably, THC is a very interesting chemical, in my opinion. And it's, without a doubt, my go-to illegal drug if I was to use any illegal drug. Alright, I Am the Senate says, better not do that thing for 1,000 subscribers, though LOL. My responses say, see, That's the beauty of it. It's the question of whether or not I'm actually desperate enough for views to do either experiment that's supposed to keep my audience on the edge of their seat. But I do think of it like this. Experiment number 6.5 would be the perfect Halloween treat. It's scary enough just as a hypothetical possibility, isn't it? And here's this other dude, Bjord Svensson. I believe that is a Russian name. That seems Russian. You should scan your journal and upload it so we don't lose this valuable information after you OD someday. It would also help because I've never been able to read you show, my bad, read anything you show in these videos. If I didn't know any better, I would think I was looking at Taiwanese. And I respond, right? The fact that I didn't know going into this video that everything would end up getting mirrored to where the writings are backwards fucking frustrates the fuck out of me. And then somebody says, please do not overdose, LOL. And I said, okay, I promise not to OD, but just this once. Here is Clifton Harrison, another user, telling me, haters will say it's fake that I was able to grow hair back. Like, that's such a far-fetched thing for me to be able to hair grow back. Ashes Morris replies, real as ever. And I reply, would they even really have to, though? People balding having their hair grow back with products like Propecia is a true statement. This experiment is on record. No one can deny that I knew exactly how to cause hair loss just to regrow hair where I was balding. Oh, and Bjord Svensson says haters will say it's a comb-over. And then I tell him, go back to my DXM Turn Me Into Beetlejuice video. You can't just comb over a completely bald spot like that. He says, sure you can. Damn, is it that hard to impress you? What do I have to do? Turn myself brown? Think I can't? And then Bjord Svensson says, I suppose you'd have to pull your hair back so I can see if you actually have new roots. You know, proof of your claims. And then the Ashmore's count I use, I say, Psych Tripper 666 on wife's account. You just hated that I was actually able to pull it off, aren't you? Don't even answer that. You literally cannot handle the proof as it's actually being displayed. I mean, are you just blind by choice? If I know I'm right, I shouldn't care, just like I don't actually do that, you mean? And here I go again, Psych Trooper 666 on my account. Experiment after the next one lined up will involve me literally being able to turn myself black. Place your bets, people. Throw in your chips or fold on betting that I'll even be able to turn myself black just right off the bat with me being extremely white and being told I even act white, according to an alleged allegation. But still gonna pass on betting I simply just can't make myself black, just in case I do know how to. Even though you're just so already sure to start with that I can't do the impossible when this channel isn't called Psych Tripper for nothing. This channel was made specifically to make the science that is impossible possible. Why are you even willing to bet I can't turn myself black and simply name a price that may be negotiable if you don't act too arrogant during the process? And this is not in response to the Bjord Svensson Russian dude, but this is in response to the Clifton Harrison user. On wife's account again, since anyone that gets replies simply from this account does not get the privilege of being responded to by the big boy 666 account, including over 950 subs, with enough knowledge to cram in as much as possible for every video that gets dropped, like the equivalent of a mic drop, until they have truly become a team member for the objective. Anyway, the last name. What's up with you having that last name? Are you an undercover Jimmy John's manager by any chance? If so, you gotta give up wanting what I've got that gets you off in the weirdest way possible. No offense. And if you are the wrong person I'm referring to, just completely disregard the prior comment that will be swiftly swept under the rug for possible damage control reasons. And then the Russian dude comes back in. I would be willing to bet $500 you cannot turn yourself black if you would agree to some terms, and if you can't, admit it. That's $500 right there. But I tell the dude, no charge, free of charge actually. Just give me 1 year and I'll have that experiment completely figured out. Now we're going over to what Boob Slime had to say about something. Didn't you say propylhexedrine synergizes with DXM? That is a very dangerous combo. The real combo is grapefruit juice and DXM. It creates a whole different experience. It creates more dextromorphin, also known as DXO. And I respond with, but see, it depends on the person. Grapefruit juice works great for those that aren't extensive metabolizers of bergamottin or 6,7-dihydroxybergamottin components, which would work as cytochrome P453A4 inhibitors. And then Boob Slime comes back at me with the response, you should do a grapefruit juice and DXM video. People need to know about DXOs. Indubitably, yes, they definitely do. And the problem with people that don't get as much of an effect in the bioavailability of DXM from including grapefruit juice is because they just eliminate these components through CYP metabolism, and CBD seems to interact with grapefruit juice a certain way in which it enhances the absorption of the grapefruit juice to make it more effective as a potentiator. But for a lot of people, it's just a waste compared to something like black pepper, for example, a lot more effective of a potentiator. All right, from Dylan in. How soon do you believe we will see a mass uproar / full-on revolution against the system in Hollywood and in place? My response says, when cannabis legalization sees more reform than it ever has in U.S. history. Hell, Big Pharma already has a legal cough suppressant widely available that allegedly opens you up to demonic possession. That goes for any psychedelic, though. So that would mean there's no need for child mutilation and trafficking to attain demonic possession for immortality or to attain immortality, especially with THC being naturally occurring. Retro Unicorn says, I love these vids. I hope he takes more of whatever he's taking. I want him to end up a full vegetable. Every few weeks, I come here and instantly feel better about myself. I say, LMAO, end up a full vegetable. Hell, I'll take that over being called a fruit at least. Yeah, a lot of people think I'm homosexual for some reason. I don't even have the tone of voice that seems to indicate that. I mean, it's more like people just want to see me in some way weak, in some way that they can paint me weak or ignorant / retarded. If they can do anything to make that seem to be an attribute of me that is unchangeable, they'll always do it, because I am the easiest person to blame, since no one seems to truly know me as well as they ought to know me, so everyone always sees me as the outsider. Oh, and then J Buddy Man comes in with, I would take that over being called a human. Yeah, for real. Fuck humanity, right? I guess he was trying to say I was just about brain dead sounding in this video. Okay, here's the drugs I was taking around this time, since y'all just have to know. Benadryl with caffeine. Is it obvious? Yes. Do I make myself look bad? I don't even have to. You'll just see it as bad content, and that's good, because if that's the case, then that person was exactly the type of person I wanted to watch the video. What type of person, you may ask? The person who does not want to watch my content. Please do keep watching my content that you don't want to watch. And then Retro Unicorn responds with, I don't need to know. Take all of them for all I care. And do it every day. You American? I respond, yep. So, here you see, I have decided that if you're not here to not enjoy yourself, then you're just not welcome here at all. Unless you're here to not enjoy yourself on my channel. Moving forward, I've seen people turn the purple hexadrin into a smokable crystal. I want to know now, how is that possible? And here's my response. Psych Trooper 666 on Wife's account. I need links, yo. I do enough digging on my own. Is it a complicated process? Come on now. Don't just leave me hanging. Spill the beans, mate. And basically he pulls a me and just doesn't get as specific as he needs to be, and just says something that, you know, I would want to consider without any way of knowing how that works. Patrick McDermott says, I would just extract the purple hexadrin from the cotton. Cotton is extremely bad for your digestive tract, and your body cannot break it down. If you don't pass it, there is no chance of it leaving your body. Numerous people had to have their stomachs pumped because of it, or surgery if it's stuck into your intestines. Good luck, fam. I respond, okay, so you're telling me that it doesn't even necessarily have to be the amount of cottons you take versus just taking any amount of cottons. And surely enough, Patrick McDermott says, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna listen, but if you are, place the whole cotton in lime juice overnight and then squeeze it out. You now have 250 milligrams of what you want. Be safe, man. And I respond, you are literally a lifesaver. I didn't even realize it was that easy of an extraction process. Patrick McDermott responds, gotcha, brother. It'll probably be better at dosing too, because some of those cottons have more of the chemical than the others, more probably in the middle of the stick compared to the ends. Careful and don't mix this with DXM. You know I'm going to. Benzodrex is fun as shit by itself, though. LMFA, well, if you don't have high tolerance to multiple substances like I do, then yeah, you actually get the effects. I said, see, this is why I want my audience here, because you are a lifesaver. Mad props, good word. And then I say, the lemon juice extraction works like a charm. And this comment shit is just a little too long. Bro is on a sick one. Think about what kind of long-term neural damage you're doing. Stay safe. And I respond, I would say always as a force of habit. And then here in the comment section, I see another comment from the same symbol. See, he doesn't even have a name. It's just a symbol thing. I don't even know what to refer to him as, apparently. You need to chill. In all honesty, amphetamines are less harmful to your mind compared to these DSOs. And I ask, are they really? Amphetamines? Did I hear that right? You mean meth? Why? You got some? And then Hacker told me on this podcast, oh wow, it's the DXM Addict Podcast Part 2. To which I say, yes. Yes, it is. And DT says, gonna link your channel on some Reddit subs. This is quality info. I tell him, that is very much appreciated. I need to get this stuff to the masses because this is legitimately my life's devotion to understanding the brain and matter and what goes into and out of it. Oh, it turns out I figured out who this guy was, Johnny Delsum. That's actually Brandon Pohl, who made the rap diss after he was accused of being a pedophile. They have it on record, and I'm going to link y'all up to some new information in regards to the adrenochrome conspiracy theory. This is actually a report from a child that was a part of satanic ritual abuse that will tell the interviewer exactly how it all took place, as well as how specifically the adrenochrome is attained. Anyway, Brandon Pohl, he just decided he was going to be a self-admitted pedophile in a call. And then he told me it was because he was investigating Cloud9. So I just say to all of that, look into the newest video that's been released as a podcast. He denies that he ever said whatever it was that he said in the call that ended up being recorded, and I'm thinking that he was under the impression that people were going to press charges against him for admitting to be a pedophile, but it seems like no one cares enough to. So he's just kept up with regardless, just to see what he might actually do if he is gonna be doing anything illegal. It might be better to keep tabs on him, keep in communication, just to see exactly what it is that he has in mind. Kind of like how, you know, those school shooters that do whatever it is that they do, end up doing whatever it is that they do, more so out of feeling isolated. And I just don't know what to expect from anybody nowadays. It's just a crazy world we live in, you know. Alright, Psych Trooper 666. Here's Zebras again. You are an unbelievably dense person. I read your Reddit post and let me just clarify what I meant. I knew Speed personally, first name basis, and talked regularly. What I meant was that it's annoying that everyone assumes he died just because of Benzodrex, and it's really just not true. Really? So he didn't die from Benzodrex, okay. Not going to go into this any further. I'd hope you'd take this garbage down, because you really paint him in such a negative light. No, I don't. No, I don't. How? How do I paint the Speed Freak in a negative light? How? Oh yeah, some person said that he could tell that I was high in this video, and I really was not high in this video on anything. I really wasn't. He said that every single time I opened my eyes are wide open. I told him, if you skipped it 38 seconds in, you'll see my eyes are not wide open, and you'll notice me squinting at one point within the video. So, what you said about my eyes being wide open every single time, and that I may be able to fool others, but not this dude who apparently wants to believe that I'm high on something in this video. Yet, no, he has no reason to tell me why I'm high. I know this because I actually was not high in this video. And I asked the guy, were you around me during that time? You have no idea whether or not I'm onto something. And you still want to pretend like you do for some reason. And I know the reason why. People just want to act like they're able to read minds, since, after all, the voices did tell them that they were, in fact, true mind readers. So maybe this dude's just schizophrenic or some shit. I don't fucking know. And that's the dude I'm referring to. Yeah, no, bro. Every single time you opened your eyes, you were hella wide. You were on a DXM binge. Might fool the noobs, bud, but I've been using DXM for 10 years. Jeepers creepers. Where get them eyes? Ha 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 ha. Dude, I got big eyes. I really do. I have big eyes. And, sometimes my eyes are all the way open and not squinting, because that's how eyeballs work sometimes. That's how my eyeballs work. I'm not always fucking high, but I might as fucking well be, because everyone thinks I am. Oh, and this is right here proof of me saying that I do not know what caused this dude's death. I don't know what it was. I said that was truly the million-dollar question. What caused his death? Alright, the dude says, "You've implied there's more to the story multiple times." I respond, "Yeah, I said there could be a possibility, but that doesn't mean it's true. I didn't say there was anything to the story. I do not know how he died. Do you just not understand stuff that's completely obvious?" He responds, "That is hilarious, coming from a guy who is known to say you can just wash off the chlorpheniramine malleate on the triple C's, putting so many people in danger, and saying that drugs that are good in small doses must be good in high doses. In fact, they'd be even more effective, not toxic. You're so beyond slow. It's funny to hear this coming from you, asking me if I can understand something." Did I really strike a nerve that much? I said. You don't have to wash the outer coating off at all. You just have to take acetylcholinesterase enzyme inhibitors like THC or caffeine or purple hexadrin. That right there prevents the delirium effectively enough, as long as it stimulates enough acetylcholine release to compensate for what's lost via hydrolysis metabolism. But you don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? After all, you're just here to waste my time. Otherwise, you would try to reclaim that I don't know how to prevent delirium. And I'll shoot that shit down real quick. You're not here to understand anything. And you're too spineless, since you don't take the risks that are needed to actually know how drugs affect you. Now, this is not me saying that everyone should be using harmful drugs. Only the harmful ones. No. You can use the safe drugs too, if you want to. But you don't even have to, what a lot of people don't understand, I want to address, is you don't even have to take the CPM out of the mix as long as you make the enzyme inactive. The enzyme that causes the delirium in the first place. That's why you take stimulants. Because otherwise, the delirium is active. It's all a matter of whether or not acetylcholinesterase is active. You don't even have to wash off the outer coating. You really don't. And you don't know. That's why you feel like you gotta nitpick the fuck out of me because you're quote-unquote smarter. And I tell him, "You're not even someone I would consider a challenge for me." He responds, "Said the liver damage is fine as long as you don't experience delirium. You posted a video with no other context other than running water over triple C's and saying you're doing a cold water extraction and washing away all the chlorpheniramine malleate. And I have not seen any proof showing me that the chlorpheniramine malleate is not in the outer coating. But regardless, it doesn't matter because of reasons I specified earlier. And no, I'm not saying that the damage is done away with simply because I took the delirium out of the picture. Although, yeah, the damage that comes from delirium is taken out of the picture because of how I found a loophole around all that. Let's see. What's this last thing he's going to say? And yes, you did strike a nerve, saying you think my friend's death was actually drug-related, and you think it's just his family trying to cover it up. You said that. I'm not okay with that. So yes, I think you're extremely dense and have a lot of issues. And I respond to him, all I said was that him dying from an overdose was a possibility. I didn't assume that. I didn't make that fucking claim. Someone else did. And you know what I did when the commenter left a comment saying the kid overdosed. I deleted his comment and I blocked him after I replied, you didn't know that the kid overdosed, and that's why you have no place here on my channel. Yeah, I bet this dude actually saw all of that and is just trying to get attention. Just trying to get negative attention from me. Just trying to weed out any sort of negativity, any sort of way. Any sort of way he wants to spin his narrative, just so I look like the bad guy. Alright, let's see what the rest of the response includes. You want me to send you that response I gave that man at the time? Oh, and by the way, congrats, because you are for sure being addressed in my newest video. Oh, and this video right here. I don't even know if I should be posting this video. I might probably just delete it immediately after I post it. Zeros. Psych 666. Can't wait to see it. I'm sure it'll be filled with barely being able to finish a sentence and so much false information like every other video you post. Anyway, I have given you as much time as I'm willing to waste so you have fun with your video, but I'm not really sure what you're going to say about me, that I have a negative opinion about you. You post so much false information that I could seriously harm people, so I will, that post false information that could seriously harm people, so I will never support that. I respond to him, no, it's not about you having a negative opinion about me. It's about you claiming that I claimed the dude's death was an overdose based on nothing. Regardless of whether or not it was an overdose, it doesn't matter. The speed freak died. I don't care how he died. I brought attention to the fact that he did die, because he did in fact die. And that was all there is to it. And also, I said that the cottons in the inhalers are dangerous because they can be. People have been knowing that, though. Doesn't take a rocket scientist. And my other response includes, you know what? I won't even do the video. I did, though. I did the video. And I feel like if this video is not bad enough for you, then I've disappointed somebody. I've disappointed somebody if this video is not bad enough. I feel like this video might be bad enough to post. Possibly. If not, somebody's getting fucking disappointed. Anyway, I don't think any less of the speed freak, even if he did overdose on any drugs. That's my point. It's how he used the drugs that made the biggest difference in helping people understand what the drugs he was using actually did. All right,